Hi guys, welcome back to this week's vlog. Today is another showing vlog, which is very exciting. So it was 2 weeks ago today when we done the first show of the season, which you guys would have already seen that vlog by now. And today we're going to a different place, but a place where we have been before. We are going to, it's called Charwell. It's about an hour and a half away. It was the first show that I went to after breaking my ankle last year, and if you guys watched it, we took Mittens with us, and it was my first time towing with the horses as well. So yeah, obviously it's just Danny today. Mittens is obviously still out on loan. She's doing really well out on loan. So yeah, she's not coming back, which is obviously really good because it's so good that she's so happy. But yes, so I need to get Dan plaited up. He's all mucked out. We've got to leave for about 11 o'clock because I'm going to aim to get there for 1 o'clock because that's when the ridding classes start, because we're on surface. It's in an indoor arena, which is nice. The grass shows haven't quite started just yet. I haven't bathed him though because it was kind of like a last minute thing. On Friday I decided to go showing, and the last time I went showing I bathed him the day before, which is great, lovely clean pony, but it was a nightmare to plait the mane. His mane was just like so silky. So then I was like, the next time I go showing I'll bath like on the Friday, so I've got like 2 days before actually plaiting. But it was horrible weather and not very nice, and to be fair, I know it's really bad, but I don't normally bath for showing unless he's like really grubby. I'm very lucky that he keeps himself clean and I can turn him out quite well by just brushing him and making him look like he's had a bath. He always looks like he's had a bath even when he hasn't. But I bathed him 2 weeks ago because it was like the first bath of the year. I wanted to get all that like winter grime off of him. So yeah, he hasn't been bathed, but I'm going to brush him, obviously brush his tail, etc. I've got my numner. I done all the tack cleaning yesterday, so literally today it's just getting him ready. I've got my long riding boots, hat, my showing basket. So yeah, I'm going to start to get him plaited up because it took me, I can normally plait up a mane within 20 minutes. Some people might be able to do it a lot quicker than that. But all winter I've been used to plaiting thin manes. Really thin mane, so I've got used to that, and Dan's is a little bit different. It's a little bit thicker, so I haven't obviously plaited him all winter up until 2 weeks ago, so it's like getting used to his mane again and plaiting a thicker mane. But I now pull his mane myself, which is like world breaking because I could never pull a mane before, and it's only actually been since working at my job that I've been able to pull a mane, so that's really nice because I don't have to wait for somebody to come out. But so at work I use a comb and I pull the mane that way. But with Dan, I have a little bit of a trick, and I saw it on Instagram. I can't remember her Instagram. She has a dun horse. She's been on All Star Academy years ago. But this is the Smart Grooming Knife, and I've actually seen not that long ago that Life on the Left Rein now uses this. Honestly, I got this last summer and I highly recommend. It's basically like a knife, so you use it as if it's like a comb, but because it's got like the knife bit, it's so much easier and it's actually nicer for the horse. I said to work to get it because it's just so much nicer for them. You know, you still get the pulled effect, but it's not like literally pulling their mane. And I find with Dan's mane, because it's a lot thicker, it's a lot easier to do with. So yeah, it's just a Smart Grooming, I think it's called balancing knife. So yeah, I've been using that, so I now do his mane myself. But after showing, I've done it slightly shorter than what it was the last time I plaited him to hopefully make it easier to plait him. So we will see today. But yeah, highly recommend these, and it's so simple. Like honestly, it's like the easiest thing ever to use to pull a mane. Like you cannot go wrong. And if it's your first time, just take a tiny weeny bit off. That's what I done. My first time trying with Dan, I just took a tiny bit off because I thought, at least if I go like too much and it looks appalling, it's just bad. So I just do a tiny bit, and then each time I would do it. What can you smell? Each time I would do it, I would just take slightly more off, and then once I got confident with it and it started to look okay, I now just take off as much as I want basically. But no, it's really easy. Obviously got my plaiting bands here. I love to use the thick plaiting bands. The thin ones are useless. And I use, as I showed in the last vlog, this will be my second time using it, is the Smart Grooming Perfect Plait. So what are you smelling? Normally I use the NAF Plait It Up, which I cannot recommend enough. Would still use it, have no issues with it at all. But when I went to Your Horse Live, I saw this and I thought I'm going to see if it is better, and it is amazing. It is super sticky, so I am going to be using that today. I just obviously squirt it in, and then the rest of here is kind of what we'll be taking with me. Again, this only gets used for a plaited tail. I can't plait a tail. That's something that I definitely want to learn to do, because with my work horses, my boss does the tails at work. She's amazing at them, and she does the like Dutch plait ones, which I cannot Dutch plait at all. I do the in ones, but I definitely want to learn to do the tails. But Dan, I don't plait his tail. I am going to be pulling his tail. I've never pulled a tail in my life, and I don't feel confident enough to do it for the first time. I feel like once it's been pulled once, I'll be able to do it the next time. But yeah, so his tail is going to be pulled, but just haven't got around to pulling it yet, but I'm excited. So he's going to have a pulled tail, and then I don't have to worry about plaiting it. And because he is a hunter type, it will suit him. So yeah, I only use this to spray if his tail is plaited, which a friend, a few times his tail has been plaited and a friend's done it for me, and then I just spray this and it sticks it all together. And then the hoof oil, I just use this, and I have a clear one as well for his white sock. And yeah, basically, oh, and this is like my life saver. When plaiting up, I use this, so I split it up by this part, and then I use the clip to clip back the rest of the mane so it's out my way while I'm plaiting the certain section. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do. See if I do it any quicker today. I mean, I've got time, so if I'm not gonna like rush it, but yeah, I'll see if I'll do a better job, because I was really not happy with my plaits last year. I could, not last year, 2 weeks ago, I could really tell that I haven't plaited him in a while. So shall we do it? Mwah. Good boy. I'm going to put a head collar on him though, because once he realises I'm plaiting, he loves being plaited, but he'll realise that we are going somewhere because the trailer is not here yet. So yeah, I'm going to tie you up. Good boy. Right, so I've got the mane here. Not quite sure what's going on with that part, but I've just rang my mum to see if she can bring a clipper so I can just trim that bridle path, because Dan is now getting his summer coat, which is very exciting. I'm not clipping him again. You can see there's that bold bit, which I can't really do much with until it grows a little bit more. I'm so annoyed. He's actually kept that all winter to the same length, and then he rubs it just before show season. Typical, huh, bud? But yeah, right, I'm gonna get going, guys. Hey guys, my horse is all plaited again. Have to ignore that. The second one, not quite sure what's going on with that, but I've done his forelock, and yeah, basically, sorry, the lighting is horrendous because I've got the sun coming in, but yeah, he's all plaited. Just got to clip his bridle path, which my clippers are at home, so when my mum brings the trailer, I rang her up and said, could you bring them so I can clip that? And then next week I'm gonna clip his legs, because now so when I clip him through the winter, he gets his whole body comes off, legs, and then I do half a face. I'd love to clip his whole face, but when I got him I was told that you're unable to clip his face, so let you do half a face. And to be honest, I just haven't really tried it, because I always worry if I get like majority of the face done and then he wouldn't let me, so I just don't bother. I always do half a face. But yeah, whole body, legs, everything comes off. But now he's kind of in that, I've got all his winter hair off because he had a clip, I don't know, second week of March. So his summer coat's coming through, but he's still in the change, if that makes sense, between the winter and the summer coat. But yeah, that's fine. So I've just got to brush his tail and give him a brush. But yeah, the main thing which has taken me honestly so long to plait his mane, I don't know why it takes me, I don't know why I find his mane so hard. I think it is because it's just so much thicker than what I've been used to, but like it's still taken me ages today. I don't know what's taken me so long. There is my Dan. I need to get more shavings, guys. I'm hoping to either get it on the way back through if we pass more even on the 8:30, or I'll get it first thing in the morning. But yeah, you can see his bridle path sticking up. I don't know what rug to put on, guys. I literally have no idea. I hate it when it's this time of year where it's not like freezing cold. I've also got to think that he has got his coat back. He's not like a fresh clip. and I don't want him, he does get quite hot, but then at the same time, if we're like stood around and when he's in the trailer with the wind going in the back, he's going to feel the cold. But then I'm worried if I put the thicker rug on, he'll be too hot. But then if I don't put the thicker rug on, he could be too cold. So what is this, guys? Can you hear that on the roof? Blue sky. Was not expecting this today. Wow, that's just come down out of nowhere. I was not expecting rain. That is heavy. I am so pleased that, I don't even know if you can hear me, but I am so pleased that our show is in the indoor arena. The only thing that we will get wet is outside, obviously getting ready, tacking up, getting on, and also the warm-up is outside as well. So it's not going to be great if it's like this there. I mean, we're like 2 hours away, so it might not even be raining there. But that's also another reason why I want to take a thicker rug, because we're a lot higher up. We're like not far from Dartmoor, I want to say. So it's a lot colder than what it will be here. So that's also why I'm a bit, but it looks like I'm going to be taking a turnout rug as well, guys, so that I can shove on him if he stood outside and it rains. So, yeah, we might be in April. I think it's the 5th of April today, but spring is not springing quite yet. Guys, Dan is all loaded. I put his turnout rug there, and he's got a big, nice net. Good boy. So here, guys, you'll see Dan like head shaking a bit. Now, I've mentioned this before in previous vlogs, but a very, very long time ago, so if you're new, you'll be unaware. But basically, Dan is allergic to pollen, so always around the end of March, April time, he starts to head shake. So I have to put a nose net on. So when we go out hacking and when we do fun rides in the summer, he always wears a nose net. Yes, they look ugly, but it's what works for him. The minute I put the nose net on, he basically stops head shaking. So yeah, obviously for showing and when I do arena hires and that, depending on where I go, I don't normally have the nose net because it's never normally an issue. But obviously this particular day, the pollen must be quite bad in this area, which I should have brought the nose net. But the actual show's indoors. This is just like the warm-up area. So he was head shaking a little bit. That is just to do with the pollen. The minute we went indoors, the head shaking stopped. So in future, I'm going to make sure that I bring the nose net with me, because if there is areas which does affect him, then obviously I need to put it on him. So yeah, always for hacking and fun rides, I always put a nose net on. He has to wear it all summer from, like I said, March, April till about September, October time, because else he just head shakes. There are some summers that I've had with him where obviously the pollen can't be that bad and I haven't ended up wearing a nose net. But yeah, normally for showing or when I used to be into my jumping with him and stuff like that, I don't normally wear a nose net. So yeah, but in the future I'm going to bring it just in case, because at the moment the pollen is quite strong. So this is my first show, guys, and this is the veteran class. So yeah, the judge obviously asks how old he is, what I do with him, and then tells me to do a show. Like I've said in the previous vlog, they sometimes tell you what show to do, and this particular day they did. So we basically just had to do a figure of 8 and make sure that we canter on both reins. As you'll see, Dan is quite above the bridle here. I needed to get him a lot more round. So yeah, that's something that we could have worked on. It took quite a long time to get him round in the warm-up, but I eventually did, and then he come into the class and was just like, absolutely not. I will admit this wasn't the best show that I have ever done. We don't look the prettiest, but we're still learning with all of this. So this is my second class, and as you will see, I went more into the corner. I rode my show a lot better, and you will see I got him a lot rounder. There were bits that he went up above the bridle, but considering to our first class to this class, I'd say I rode the show much better. Yes, there's still improvements that I could do, but I rode it much better. I rode more into this corner, and then we got canter a lot quicker than the last one. We basically done the same show. I feel like this is a much tidier show than my previous show, but like I said, there's still a lot more to improve on, and yeah, he still goes up in the bridle a little bit here, but much better than the first one. I feel like this one wasn't as rushed. So yeah, much happier with this show, but as I keep saying, there's still a lot of improvement. But this is only our second show of the season, so yeah, much happier with this result. Okay guys, so it's actually a few weeks later after the show, but I needed to do an outro because I didn't do one on the day. So you guys would have obviously already seen my shows. I've done voiceovers of how I thought the show went, etc. The show definitely went better than the first show I done. So yes, I'm really pleased with Dan, especially in the second class. He done such a better show. Yes, there was still room for improvement on my behalf and his, but it was so much better. Unfortunately, this particular day, Dan was not the judge's cup of tea, which is really unfortunate because, you know, I'm not saying, oh, I should have won that or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all, but I feel like Dan did not deserve in the second class to be put forth. He deserved to be slightly higher up. And it is the thing with showing. The judges go on the type of horse that they like, etc., regardless of actually how well the show's been ridden or not. It is just showing for you. That is the annoying thing about showing. But yeah, I don't go into every show expecting to win. I do it purely for fun, and Dan enjoys it as well, and it's a bonus if we get a first. But yeah, I'm not saying that we should have been placed first, but I feel like in the second class we should have been slightly higher up. But it's not the end of the world. Like I say, it is literally showing for you, and I'm still really happy with Dan that there was an improvement from the first class and the second class. So yeah, there are plenty more shows for us to go to. I know, and I don't expect every single judge to like Dan and like his type. I don't expect that at all. And yeah, it is unfortunately just showing for you, and if you guys are into showing or do it, you know what the showing is like. But no, I really enjoyed the day. I have got a show coming up in a week's time, which is a bit nerve-wracking, so I will be vlogging that, so please stay tuned. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog. Please make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!